Good evening, beautiful and amazing students. How have you been? I would love to hear it. Okay, as you know how it goes, if you were present here with us, kindly write your name, your school name. Let us know that you are with us. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome to week 3. We are getting there. And by the grace of God, after the 4th week, from the 5th week, we will kickstart like we're making rock stars, graphic designers from week 5. I hope you're excited. But let's finish up with these basics, okay? So that when we start the design, it will be very easy for you. Okay. So today's topic, I'll be talking about a lot today. So bring out your pen if you have one, or your listening ear. Whichever one you think is more suitable for a class, bring it on. So let's go there. So this is week 3 and I welcome you all again to CIAY Wednesday, Sunday class and quiz organized by CareerBoost Initiative for African Youth. And the topic for the week is typography, color in graphic design. So we're talking about typography, we're talking about color, and a whole lot. So stay tuned. So it will go beyond typography and color as we go ahead in the class. So let's get started. Design is problem solving, okay? One of the ways to make money in our world today is to be a problem solver. If you are a problem solver, then you will make a lot of money. So graphic design being a problem solving skill, what does it mean? It means you will make a lot of money from it. A lot of it. Okay, design is all about solving problems. When you design, you create solutions that help people in their daily lives or work. For example, designing a poster that clearly shows an event date helps people know when to attend. Good design makes things easier, clearer, and more attractive. So, with these two designs here, you will understand vividly what I mean by design being a problem-solving skill. The first design here is for a brand that's into building websites. And the second design is for a brand that is into rice. So these two designs here are my work. And of course, I created these two designs with my smartphone and I was paid for them. So you see, that your phone, you can use it to make money. Okay? So that is why this class is on, for you to make money even while in secondary school by just using your smartphone. So these excellent designs, the two of them, were made by me, were created by me, okay, with my smartphone. So the first one is for a brand that's into website. You see how I said design is problem solving. Now I'm solving the problem of this brand. Problem, for example, problem of visibility. You know, for example, you're starting your brand, or maybe your brand has been on for a long time, but you want to tell more people what you do. You create a design. So now you see the text on design, and the first one, all you need is vision and we will do the rest. So it's talking to, the brand is talking to their audience, okay? So come patronize, come build your website, come build your app, whatever you want, okay? Just have the vision, come to us, we'll do the work, okay? So now I'm solving of them communicating. So I'm solving the problem of visibility. I'm solving the problem of communication. So now, like we have been teaching their principles and their rules to implement for you to create something that will perfectly, effectively communicate what a brand wants to communicate. So each of the designs has their style, okay? Each of them has its unique style, okay? For them to relate what the brand is about. The second brand is about rice, and more like why they chose green color to express what the brand is about, is because it's dealing with food. And when you think food, you think green. And when you think green, you think healthy. Okay? So it has its own psychology, which is one of the things we will talk about in today's class. Okay? It's one of the things we will talk about in today's class, psychology of colors. So let's go ahead. Typography, the art of using fonts. Typography means choosing and arranging font styles of text to make your design look good and readable. Fonts give your message a mood. Serious, fun, funny, or creative. Using the right font can help your design communicate better. So in these two designs, it's about a business, a corporate business. So if there's something that has to do with children, we will have to use a different font that has a vibrance with it, that has, as we go further, we'll understand this thing when I talk about fonts. Okay, the brand you're dealing with or the kind of graphic design you're dealing with will determine the kind of font you will use, because the fonts also communicate. So everything on a graphic design, the text, the images, the color, they all communicate everything the brand wants to communicate perfectly. So you look at the use of fonts here. They are just simple corporate fonts. Okay, as we go ahead, we will understand other things about fonts and its usage, and when a font is right for this flyer or design, and when a font is not right. Okay, so the image below is variations of fonts. We have regular, we have bold, we have extra bold. Okay, as we go further, you will understand this thing. These are the basic things I want to open your eyes to, because the more we're doing the practice, the more you're learning. I believe that practicals also help you understand the theory extensively. So let me open you up to these, terminologies: fonts, typography, colors. Hear of it, okay? So when we start working and I start saying font, okay, I know when she said font, okay? Let's listen to learn more. Okay. And it's sinking, okay? It's sinking. So typography, the art of using fonts. As a graphic designer, you need to get fonts to use for your work. So these fonts is something that can be downloaded online. And these two sites here are the two sites I brought out. There are many of them, but these are the two basic sites that I use to download my fonts. The first one is dafont.com and the second one is fontspace.com. So right now we'll explore these fonts. Okay, we'll explore these sites to see how to download these fonts, because also in this tutorial I will also teach you how to install this font into your Pixel app. I hope you have downloaded your Pixel apps, because I said in the first class you should download it and look through. Okay, so we will learn it so you can go home, practice, or you're already in your house, practice, okay, so that it sticks. Remember what I said in the first class: practice. That's the only way to stay ahead. If you do not practice, it will leave you. But when you practice, you understand better and you will have the right questions to ask. So the first site I spoke about was Dafont. So this first one with the So this first logo, Dafont, the first one I spoke about, Dafont, with the red icon. This first one, as you can see here, you can see my marker on it. So you click on it. We wait for it to load. And these are the various fonts. This first one here is a font that can be used on a graphic design. It can also be used on a church flyer. It can also be used on a church flyer. For example, you want to write the name of the ministers. You can say ministering guest artist. You can use this first font. This beautiful font is a font that can also be perfect for Valentine, for picnic, also for birthdays, for Children's Day. I think it has this, curve with it that is friendly. The thought font you see there, can be used, I think, in a movie poster. It can work there. Also, the next one can be used as in a logo design or maybe a fashion brand. Okay, even the last one in a fashion brand, I think it will also be perfect on a fashion brand. So you have to understand each font. So as we go further, every font I see, I'll try to put it out there what this font can properly where this font can properly work. So these are fonts. If you click on, let me zoom it out, you see cartoon. Okay, it's there. You see cartoon fonts, you see comic fonts, you see groovy, you see old school. So anyone you click on, see Chinese, see square fonts, you see medieval, you see modern, you see sans serif. These are the basic ones. You see calligraphy. When you talk about calligraphy, you talk about these types of fonts that has the slant feel with them. Very aesthetic, very beautiful, and just beautiful, very beautiful font. Perfect for, they can go well with birthday designs and decorative designs. Okay, they can go well with it. Okay, so there are different other fonts. Sorry about that. Okay, so now you can scroll and from here you can also pick the number. You can keep searching. You can click on 3 and keep. There are many options. Okay, I like this first one. We can download it. Can download this first one. So see the download icon. This is the download icon. I'm just zooming in and out so that you can see very well. So anyone you like, you click on it. And you click on download, and it downloads automatically into your, if you're using Chrome, I will advise you use Chrome. It will download automatically into your Chrome. Okay, so now we'll go to font space. Font space, the second one I talked to you about. Font space, yes, font space. Click on it. This first one, you see the first one here with more like a planet logo, see this first one. Click on it. This one also has its variety. I think it won't be in this class, but in the next class I'll also talk about different fonts. But basically in the next class, what I want to focus on is AI platforms that can help you as a graphic designer. So, but I'll try and incorporate types of fonts. But for now, let's look through. So we have serif fonts, the basic corporate fonts. We have sans serifs, the ones that has serif fonts are the one that has this old school vibes with them, and the sans serif are the basic corporate fonts. Okay, but this is not a proper definition of them, sans serif. So when you type sans serif, you see the basic corporate fonts. Though these ones are not basic, they don't look basic, they look extra, they look like crypto kind of font. They have this, but this first one looks extra. Looks simple. This first one looks simple. So we can click on this first one and download it. You see where I clicked on this, not like a blue and purple, but it has this downward arrow. This downward arrow indicates it means download. So you click on any one you like and you download. Now we'll get into our Chrome because we want to learn how do we get these apps into our phone to be able to work with them. So if I have a project to work on and I want to use a particular font, for example, I want to use a calligraphic font, I want to use a sans serif font, I want to use a comic font, I want to use a corporate font, different kinds of fonts, funny fonts like comic fonts, and dramatic fonts, fonts that has, if you look like maybe a movie blockbuster, these kinds of unique fonts. Okay, let's look through a movie site and let's see what I'm saying. Okay. No serious font. Okay, see this one. Movie font like this. It's not if you can use it elsewhere. All these dramatic fonts. Okay, you can use it elsewhere. This one is simple. This one here is simple. This one is also simple, but it's this one, I think, like a wedding font. It's unique. Okay, I'm looking for an extra. This one is 3D, but it's a font. I think more like a pixel. I think this is a pixel font. See that pixel? Meanwhile, designs, or let's say, yes, designs are pixels. Okay, pixels forming unique. Anyway, we'll talk in details about pixels. Okay, later on as we move. Snow White. This one is also a very unique font, customized for this movie. So as we go ahead, I just want to show you these are graphic designs, and these brands employ these people to create posters. This is something incredible that you can. This design, as perfect as it is, you can do this design, this exact design, the one you're seeing here, on your smartphone, and you make money from it. Others, movie industry, movie production, they can employ you and you work as a graphic designer making money. Okay. So let's leave here. This is not why we're here. So we'll go over to Chrome. We'll go to Chrome. So when we get to Chrome, we'll click on downloads. Okay, I hope you saw what I did there. Clicked on the 3-dot icon, went to downloads. So these two fonts are down, three actually. This one, and this one. Okay, I want to teach you how to get this, these fonts into your Pixel app. Meanwhile, as you all know, this is Pixel app, as I showed you the image. Though my own here is pink, but if you get into your Play Store, it's blue. So we'll go to Play Store because I think I didn't show you how to get things done with Play Store. You click on the search button. So you click on your Play Store, you click on search button, type ZAchiever. This is the app. This is the app we'll be using for that. This app, ZAchiever. So I already have it in my phone. So if it wasn't in my phone, I'll see install button here. This place that you can clearly see open, it will be install. So I'll see it here. I'll now download it. It will enter my phone automatically. So this is the app we'll be using to extract these fonts, because as I've downloaded the fonts, they are not yet in my Pixel app for me to use them to work on a design. So, but when we start working with Canva, because after Pixel app we enter Canva, so you see that there's some things you can do on Pixel app. I hope these words I'm saying are not strange to you. Pixel app and Canva. If you go back to our first class, I mentioned the apps. I know this can be a lot, but at your own pace, okay? If you feel like it's a lot for you to take, at your own pace. Gradually take it. You will understand everything because I'm taking my time to explain it. So Canva, we will also get into Canva because there's some things you can do on Pixelab, you can do on Canva. Okay, so and there's some things you can do on Canva, you can do on Pixelab. So they are both unique. All the apps I mentioned that we'll be using are all unique. So we need all of them, okay, to maximize, like to optimize, like to do all we can, okay, to create excellent designs only. Remember, graphic designs are everywhere, so you are needed everywhere. So be conscious of that. So we click on this 3-dot icon here. Click on it. Click on share. When you click on share, you click on the app that said Achiever. Click on it here, this green app here. Click on it. So you click on it, then you press hard. See the font here? You press hard on it. Okay? Press hard on it. Click on copy. Okay? Then click on this 2-dot icon here at the top. Click on it. Then go to fonts. See the spelling of font, F-O-N-T. Click on font and click on this icon here that is blue, and it automatically enters your font. So we'll go back by clicking here. Then we'll go to the second font and do the same thing. Share. The same process, but I'll do it again so that you see, because okay, this one has 2 fonts. When there you can see 2 fonts. This A here is an indicator that it's 2. This one that is blank, this both that these ones are the terms of use. So these ones are black. When you see A, you know that the ones with A are the fonts. So to select the 2 at the same time, I click on this 3-dot icon, click on multi-select, tap. The other one you had tapped, like you tapped hard on it. This one would be tap. After clicking on multi-select, click on good, click on this arrow up here, click on the 2 dots, and click on font, then install. Bam! Straight up. That's entered your Pixelab. Because the apps, when you enter your Pixelab, you see some fonts there, but they are insufficient, okay? They are insufficient. You need more to do more, okay? You need more, definitely. So click on share. Click on this again. Click on this one. Hard click, because this one is just one that has that A. So it's only this one. So you hard click. Click on copy. Click font. So now let's see. The name of the first font is Aquil. I don't know. Let me not bite my tongue in this class. Okay, I do not know the pronunciation of that word. So what we'll do is just AKUI. Okay, let's go to Pixelab. Click on Pixelab. You understand these things I'm clicking here with time, okay? With time, by the 5th week. So let's type CIAY. Click here, go to font. Please do not mind what I'm doing. I'm just trying to tell you that the font has entered my my Pixelab. That's what I'm trying to show you. By the 5th week, we'll start our tutorial on this app and how you can use it to do amazing designs and make money with it. I don't want to shout now. I don't want to shout now because my When you talk about money, we're about to make money. Everybody's ear is itching. We all love money, especially in this country. That things are So we need money to support your parents, to support yourself as well, and your siblings. So it's important to learn. It's something you can do in the comfort of your class, in the comfort of your home, in the comfort of a bus. You can be doing mad design, like very creative design, in a bus, okay? In the market, you can be doing it anywhere. So this is the Aquilina something. This is the font here. Very unique font. This looks more like African. It has this African feel. It can work somewhere. This kind of font, you don't use it everywhere. You can't be working for a brand that is into website, or for example, or a banking app, a banking company, and you use this font for them. No. This can work in a movie, maybe a movie called Obiageli. Oh, okay, sorry. I think I'm dealing with more of Yorubas. What Yoruba word do I even know? I am Igbo, by the way, so Yoruba. Eshegon. Ama binu. Please, don't come after me. But please, let's use another word. But let's use Obianuju. Obianuju means I come in full, more like Obianuju. Obianuju. Okay. So maybe an Igbo movie like that. Obianuju. Then after styling it and having to add other effects on the text to make it pop, this can work for a movie. Absolutely, this text. So you can do the same with other text. So the other one is back to black, and the other one is AMAC modern, back to back. So we can click on this, go to fonts, and go to tap back, search back. Okay, this is this one. This one is also unique. You can work for a birthday. You want to do a birthday poster for your friend, and your friend's name is Femi. You can just type Femi, happy birthday, Femi. Femi. Okay, so you see this font is so beautiful. Like, it's absolutely given. Very demure, very mindful is given. 100 over 100 minus nothing is given. Okay, then the last font is AMAC. AMAC. Okay, please, let's run. This class is becoming too long. AMAC. Anyway, I can't see this one. I really cannot see this one. Say AMAC. Maybe we didn't download it well. Let's click on share. Go to that archiver. Okay. Hard click. Copy. Go to the 2 dots. Go to font. Install again. Okay. I guess we didn't do it well the first time. So let's go to font again. Type M. This is it. So I think we didn't do it well the first time. So this font is also perfect for a corporate brand. Maybe brand that is into a website like the first design I showed you. Okay, this is also a perfect, very perfect. Even a crypto brand, this can also work perfectly for it. But this is not. I'm just trying to show you different fonts. So you see the different. So this is not the main thing we're dealing with. It's I just want to show you the different variations of text, fonts, okay, and how a font, you can use any font for any design. Every font has this, what it communicates personally. This, the outlook of the font, you can know, okay, this is more like a children's font. This is more like a fun font, okay? This is more like a serious font. Even horror movies, if you see movie posters for horror movies, you see they also choose a unique type of, the fonts are looking very horror. And there are fonts that also look like blood. There are fonts that look like paint. A lot of them. As we go further, you will understand. And also, do your research. One beautiful thing about a student is you don't just, your learning doesn't just stop with what you were told, because more like what you're being told is put together, written together to just communicate the basics that you need to know at the moment. So there's a lot to learn, okay? The one you don't properly understand, you can ask questions, or you can do your research, learn further, so that you'll be ahead, okay? You will be ahead. That's the way to go, okay? Do your research always, okay? Learn further, learn more. Okay, now we get over to color psychology in graphic design. This is just a quick guide to help you understand what color psychology is all about. We start with red. Emotion. So the emotions that red communicate is more of passion, more of urgency, more of also emphasis. When you want to lay emphasis on a particular word in a graphic design, when people look at the graphic, you want the first thing for them to see is that particular word. You use red. Red catches attention, shows passion, urgency, like no. Okay, energy. It can be used for sales promotion, food brands too. It can be used for a food brand. It can be used for action button. Like I told you, this is the action. You want them to do this one. No. Action button. So as we go further, we'll learn about action button, which can be called CTA, call to action. Okay. Most graphic designs require that, especially graphic designs that are for businesses. Like the one I showed you earlier, you see where there is number, call. If you go back to the first graphic design I showed you while we started this class, you see call this number, follow us on Instagram. These are the call to actions, the things you require your viewers, your audience, the people that see the flyer or the design to do after reading what's on the design. So that's call to action. So sometimes it's being done with red to put more visibility to it, importance to it as well. So we'll go over to blue. Blue communicates the emotion of trust, calmness, and professionalism. Most corporate brands also use blue. It has this corporate feel about it. I don't think red has a corporate feel. When you even think red, you think dinner, you think a party, not even corporate. But blue has the sense of, So for corporate brands, tech companies, and healthcare, also in hospitals, blue is used. If you check some words, the bed sheets, the curtains are blue. Even churches, like my church, Christ Embassy, it's majorly blue that you see. Okay, when you see, it represents trust, calmness. Color. So before the church chose the color, there must be something about the color, and they say, we'll go with this color, blue. Okay, there are cautions. The first caution for red is can feel aggressive if overused. Of course, when you overuse a color, like imagine if everything here is red, you might not really understand what's going on. Everything is red. What do you want me to see? Okay. Then blue, when everything is too blue. So there should be contrast. Remember, one of the principles of graphic design. So when there are two varying colors, and remember, do not use more than two colors. Also in text, I think I didn't say that. In fonts, using fonts, use at least two fonts. Okay, at least two fonts. You can make it three, but two is safe. Okay, but in some instances, let it not pass three. The same way with color, two. But if you must pass, let it just end in three. 3 colors in a design. 3 colors in a design, but 2 is the basic. Okay. 2 Too much is bad. Okay, there should be variation. So when we talk about monochromatic, when we go further in this class, understand that, okay, if you use this shade of blue, maybe you use a lighter tone or a darker tone for contrast's sake. Okay, just like that rice brand, you see that there are three, I think it's three. There's light green, there's lemon green, and there's dark green in the flyer. So we are still in the green theme, okay? Still in the green, but different shades of green. So this is another way to create contrast. It mustn't be too different, like using red and blue, too different. You can still stay on the color, but let it vary. Everything shouldn't be one color on your design. It's not good in the eyes. Not good at all. Then we speak of yellow. I think this class is becoming long, but we will run it, we will do it. Okay, we must learn and we must make the money. We must make the money. You know, the reason why I'm seeing this money is because of to also encourage you. Okay, so that sometimes when it feels okay, I'm burning my data, or I'm tired, these videos are long, oh my god, when will this end? Remember, this is a very high income skill. You can use it to start a life, build your career around it as you learn and as you grow as a young student. Okay, you can even train yourself in the university if you become really competent in the skill. In the university by yourself with this skill. That's how big the skill is. You just need to master it, okay? And the right people will come your way and they will pay you for what you charge, okay? So let's learn. It's important. So yellow, emotion is happiness, optimism, warmth. Used for youthful brand, attention-grabbing element. Can cause eye strain, too much of it. Eye strain. What's going on here? But it can work with, children's stuff, youthful stuff, to show vibrance and all that. Then green can represent health, growth, nature. Like when I talked about the food brand, it has to deal with nature. So green is commonly used there. Eco brand, wellness, finance. It can also work in the financing sector. Okay. Too dark can be stagnant. So too dark of it can be stagnant. Though there are always exceptions. I tell you, most times when I talk here, there are exceptions. If you rightly use it still. If you rightly use it. But as we go further, we'll understand all these things. Okay. Let's be learning. Orange, emotion, excitement, friendliness, also creativity. Call to action button because it's synonymous to red. So it can be a call to action button. Then also playful branding. It can also give brand life. It has this, I don't know, but there's something about orange that's also very good when you use it on a graphic design. Use it very well, okay, as you should, because there's a way you use it. Orange, you know that orange now ugly color. You know, say orange or war, okay. There's a way, a graphic designer, one of your jobs is also to make things beautiful. So a brand can just tell you, I want to blend these two colors, but you feel like these two colors might not work. But there's a designer that will bring those two colors and it will work by force by fire. You just need to know. As the more you master, the more you know how to come out of the box, because you have to know the box before you know how to step out of it. Know all corners of the box before you can step out of the box. So you can do wonders. One of your duties is to make beautiful designs, make brands, have something beautiful that can speak well of them. You can't just put out anything there and say, I'm advertising my brand. People might take your brand. You can just spoil person's brand with what design. Just spoil people's perception, how people see that brand, because the design is bad. Okay? So you have to take this seriously. Learn these theories. Learn these theories. Okay. So that you don't mess up somebody's brand. So let's move forward. Purple. Emotion of luxury. That's what they use it for, women's stuff. Yeah, purple and pink. Very beautiful color. They go well if you use them well. Mystery, spirituality. Also it goes well in mystery or in spiritual, maybe church banners. It can be used in beauty sector, like I said, beauty, wigs, high-end imaginative brands. Overused can feel pretentious. Pretentious when overused. So if you notice in all the cautions here, overused, nothing should be overused, okay? Don't put too much of it. Let there be contrast. That's what it's all about. That's what all the cautions are all about. Let there be contrast. Contrast is when two things vary. So you're not using just one color. You're varying the colors. If purple is there should be pink, a blend of pink. The text should be white, or black, to rhyme. And when you see that maybe a white text is not working on a light purple, you can darken the purple, or a black text is not working on a dark purple, you lighten the purple. So that's contrast, okay? Using two varying colors, two varying fonts, two varying images, variation, okay? Difference. When everything is all the same, nothing is emphasized, nothing is being spoken, okay? There should be emphasis, Just like, I think in your English classes, I think they teach intonation, the rise and the fall of your speech and whatever. So, like, there are words you emphasize. Maybe your mother wants to send you market. Maybe say, come back before 3 a.m. 3 a.m. I say 3. Oh, no, not 3 a.m. Sorry about that. Come back before 3 p.m. I say 3 p.m. Oh. Come back 3 p.m. Come back 3 p.m. So that 3 p.m. is being emphasized. If that is to be used on a graphic design, 3 p.m. will be so large and other text will be smaller. So that large 3 p.m. and the small 3 p.m. creates contrast. One is smaller, one 3 p.m. So emphasis is now on the larger one is now on 3 p.m. So for your mother to repeat 3 p.m. or shout it louder, come back 3 p.m. It means that 3 p.m. is the emphasis. Okay, you must pay attention to that 3 p.m. So you see, graphic design is connected to our everyday life with our relationship, our relationships with our parents and teachers. Okay, it's everywhere. So it's most of the rules that apply in real life that also, even in English and in mathematics, also apply here, because there's a mathematical part of graphic design, which we'll get there with time. So black, emotion of power, elegance, formality used for luxury brands, luxury goods, fashion, minimalist design. Don't want to do too much. That's a minimalist design. And also can feel too heavy or cold, when you use too much as well. So I think black with a contrast of ash, contrast of gold. Black just goes with everything. Contrast of red. It's also dangerous. But it's unique. It communicates seriousness, black and red. As we go further, because I will be bringing a lot of graphic designs, maybe the ones I see online, maybe the ones I did myself, will replicate them, and you also replicate them yourself, okay? And so that it can be, mastering. You can gain mastery over it. The more you practice, the more you gain mastery over these things, okay? Then white. The color I actually used there is ash. The color paint there is ash, because white, when I used white, it was not showing, it was not visible. Okay, so I had to use something near to white, which is ash. Okay, so emotion of simplicity, purity. Okay, when maybe a child's birthday, it can communicate a child's innocence, cleanliness. Maybe a brand that is into cleanliness. Clean your home with us. Clean your home today. Let's clean your home. I think a brand that is into cleaning, laundry services, I think white will go well. They usually use white and blue majorly. It has this clean feel. So every brand you see choose a color for their brand, or every graphic design you see with a color, they actually sat down and thought, what can this color can this color communicate what we want this brand to communicate? And if they agree that, okay, this color will, they use the color. So no color was used carelessly. They don't just wake up and use any color. You ask yourself question. I want to do this type of design. Will this color, I want to start my girly makeup brand, and I'm using black. But if you say you want to start a barbing salon and you use black, it will go well. You want to start girly stuff, maybe you want to start selling kiddies wear, and you're putting black. You see, it's yourself you're doing. You use pink, use a sky blue, colors so bright, like yellow. These are the kind of colors that, very attractive. And before somebody even reads what's on the design, they already know that since this color is bright, I think it will have something to do with children. Let me come closer and see what this is about. Okay, so before you even read your text or what you wrote on the design, they have seen the color and imagine what this color can mean. You see, psychology, you're getting into their head, and when you get into their head, you get their money. Yeah. Please, let's continue. What is color in design? Color is one of the most powerful tools in graphic design. It helps communicate emotions, red, passion, blue, trust. Also, create visual interests. It will determine whether somebody will be interested in your graphic design as well. It has a long way to determine whether someone will want to know what that design is about. It also guides the viewer's eyes, like I said. Someone might see a pink, yellow, blue graphic design. They I think this brand should be about children, okay? Or they see a green flower. I think this should be about food or something, okay? So they guide the viewer's eyes, okay? They understand the brand properly before even reading the text. So when they read the text, they can properly, everything can properly make sense to them. Not when your text is saying something else, your font is communicating horror, but what you wrote, maybe you wrote, let's bring joy into your life. Then the font is, has spikes, thorns, representing danger. And then there's blood, red. What joy are you bringing? What kind of flyer is that? So let everything speak one thing. Let there be unity. I think it's one of the principles we spoke about, unity. Let everything speak the same thing. If you're using red, let the font communicate the same message. The red is communicating. Let the text, like what you wrote there, communicate also what the color is communicating. Let everything come together and communicate. Let the color shouldn't be going Jerusalem, the text going to Abia State, the other one going to Oshun. No. Okay? Everything should come together. We'll understand this as we go further. Hey, God, thank you. Thank you, God, for today's class. So we're still going. Build brand identity. Okay, build brand identity. So for a brand, you use a particular color for brands, okay? Because when you use a particular, just like MTN, when you think MTN, you think yellow. When you think yellow, you think green. When you think Airtel, you think red. You see, this color give an identity. So before you even know that it is this brand, because of the color they usually use when you see that color. So if you are to brand something for a company, always advise them to stick to one color. Let them choose, or you choose for them, because you are learned in this area. You're learning about colors. You can know what is the right color for this brand. You tell them, okay, go with this. Don't go with this. Go with this. And stick with it. So that people will always, not today use red, tomorrow use orange, next day use purple. People, what's going on here? Okay? Let people easily identify you. Okay? The color wheel, your best friend. Hey, I don't talk today. God be praised. We must finish it today. We must finish it. Okay, we must finish it. I think this is the longest class so far, but we'll finish it. I hope you have not slept. Please be awake. Be awake. Let's continue. The color wheel is a circular diagram that shows how colors relate to each other. Like you can see here, a circular diagram that shows how colors relate with each other. So we have primary colors. We have red, blue, yellow. These are base colors. All others are made from mixing them. So the base colors are red, blue, and yellow. Then secondary colors, we have green, orange, purple. They are made by mixing two primary colors, red and blue, purple, blue and yellow, green, and yellow plus red, orange. Then tertiary colors, we have, I think you know all these things. I think they teach it in fine art. I think fine arts in school. Yes. Tertiary colors, these are made by mixing primary and secondary colors like blue, green, red, orange, yellow, green. Okay. As we go further, we'll understand. So we go over to types of color harmony, how to combine colors. So this is just the base level, okay? As we go deeper into the graphic design, into practice, we also understand, okay, this color, no, this color, no, okay. So we understand it. So there's a complementary colors opposite each other on the wheel, red and green, opposite each other. Effect, high contrast, very bold. So red and green opposite each other. See red here, see green. As you can see on the color wheel, they are opposite, they are facing each other. On the color wheel, you can see it visibly on the color wheel. Okay, they can go together on a graphic design if you use them well. Analogous colors next to each other, e.g. blue and green. So see here, red and blue, they are together. They can work together as well, to create contrast. Then try the colors, 3 colors evenly spaced on the wheel, red, yellow, blue. Okay, the colors that are evenly spaced. Okay, they're not too close to each other, they're evenly spaced, but they can work together as well. Then monochromatic, the one I spoke about, using the same color but different shades of it, different shades and tints of a single color. Okay, this one can also give a clean, elegant, and minimal outlook. Then warm color versus cool colors. Warm colors, red, orange, yellow, feel energetic, active. Then cool colors are blue, green, purple, feel calm, peaceful. Okay, tips for using colors in design. Use contrast to make text readable. So you can't use white text on a white background. It doesn't work like that. You can't use white text on a baby pink background. It doesn't still work like that. You can't use white text on a sky blue background. It will not be readable. So when you're working with a bright background, you should work with a dark text. So when your background is baby pink, your text should be black. When your background is black, your text shouldn't be red. Your text should be, I think red can work, that if you use it well, but your text shouldn't be brown. Imagine brown on black. It wouldn't be readable. Even purple and black, nah, can't even imagine it. But we can experiment and see whether it will work, but I bet it can't. It wouldn't be visible. So white, light colors can work on black backgrounds. White, yellow, very bright yellow, not the darker shade of yellow, the bright ones. Also very bright blue can work on black backgrounds. Okay, don't use too many colors. Stick to a palette. So stick to a color palette. So with time we understand this. This color. Stick to a particular color. Okay, we don't need with time with this one. Let's learn it now. Color palette is okay. If the brand wants maybe yellow and black for their design, you stick with it. Don't go over to purple and go over to pink and go over to blue. Stick with it. If you're doing a graphic design, maybe you're to use an image. Maybe the image of the person is putting on a blue cloth. And you shouldn't use a color that doesn't go well with blue. What color cannot go well? I think purple will not go well. I think purple cannot properly go well with blue, but I think a light yellow will go very well with blue. So you need to consider the person's clothes before you make your choices of text and your choices of background. You understand this thing when we start practicing. Understand your brand tone. Playful brands may use bright colors, while luxury brands will use deep and muted colors like brown and black. Use color psychology, e.g. blue represent trust, so make use of the color psychology that we just spoke about. Okay, so each color has something it communicates, and like I said, there can always be exceptions. Okay, as we go further, we'll understand these exceptions. Thank you for joining me today on this long talk. I hope you learned a lot. Okay, stay tuned for Sunday quiz. I love you all.